Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome back to the Nation Network, and we're not going to waste any time at all.
We'll get a look at who's here. Shocked the world just a few days ago at Payback.
Indeed, I don't think anybody saw that one coming. Less than 24 hours after being released from another company. Look at this.
Well, he's got a championship in his hand. He's bringing some luggage with him.
Indeed, a heavyweight championship title in the hand of CM Punk as he makes his illustrious return to the WWE.
Can't wait to hear what's on his mind. I'm sure it's going to be worth listening to.
WWE Universe, did you miss me? First thing I've got to say is somebody better call the weatherman because clearly hell must have frozen over. Look, I can't get deep into the details right now, but one thing is that I know everyone's aware of is that I am the hottest free agent in professional wrestling, and it didn't take long for that to go away. But that said, there were some pretty strict negotiations that took place in the back office. I wasn't just going to come here and do the same old, same old. See, those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. And I am a historian, if nothing else. You see, I am not going to be locked down to the Raw brand or the SmackDown brand or the NXT brand or any other brand for that matter. I am a free agent within the realm of the WWE. You see, after spending the last year of my life in what I can only refer to as purgatory, I am once again a free man. And for all my differences with the WWE in the past, and who knows what the future holds, at least they are run like a professional company, like a business. The inmates have not gained control of the asylum. So as soon as I heard that there was interest, I spoke to the powers that be. You know the one. Now, the last time I was here, he and I didn't necessarily see eye to eye. But that was then, and this is now, and I'm going to take him at his word now that he's wearing a suit and tie. I was a straight shooter before, make no mistake about it. But there are no reins on me here. You see, I come here in a very special circumstance, a very special situation. In my opinion, I am the real world champion in professional wrestling. I have a championship title that nobody's defeated me for. And while the WWE may not decide to recognize it, that doesn't take it away. I still walk in the door with that championship, and I will put it on the line. Whether the WWE wants to recognize it or not. Whether Paul wants to recognize it or not, it makes no difference to me because one thing I know, whether it's SmackDown, whether it's NXT, whether it is Raw, there are a lot of people in that locker room right now that would love an opportunity to wear championship belts. And what better than one that says World Heavyweight Champion on it? The new era has begun. The new era of CM Punk. is here. And I can promise you one thing right now. The WWE and the WWE Universe will never be the same again.
Well, we just heard from the man who holds the World Championship for another organization. We're not going to mention them by name here. Unbelievable events taking place here.
Well, it's called Payback. That was the name of the event, and it lived up to that name. A lot of paybacks were found, were seen, were started. Some of them finished. But who in the hell thought we were going to see CM Punk showing up at the end of the night?
Well, indeed, not me. But speaking of the night, tonight we've got a lot to look forward to, including Finn Balor. Talk about somebody who was shocked at Payback.
Yeah, we were all shocked at Payback. I mean, he had this one-on-one with Damian Priest. They were going to finally put it to rest. And next thing you know, Uncle Howdy shows up. And then from out of nowhere, Bray Wyatt just hits him with a Sister Abigail. And as they say, the rest is history. But now everybody's wondering, why in the world was Bray Wyatt involved in that whole angle to begin with?
I have no idea, but perhaps tonight we'll find out some more. We're also going to see the one and only American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, in action here tonight.
Yeah, not only that, but we've also got a couple of championships to defend here tonight, and it's going to be a great episode of Raw. United States Champion has left an open challenge. Austin Theory will put that title up tonight against whoever wants to step in the ring with him. What kind of a champion are you when you have that level of confidence?
Yeah, well, confidence may not be the better idea tonight. Not knowing your opponent in a title match, that's just crazy.
Well, perhaps.
Speaking of champions in a non-title match, we are going to get a look at the Nexus, the new tag team champions. Again, history made at Payback.
Yep, they took care of it, and once again, the Nexus haven't been beaten since making their return, this new version of it. Wade Barrett's done a tremendous job of assembling a team that's not just good, they're great.
Well, indeed, you don't have to agree with their chicanery. You don't have to agree with what it is that they do once the bell rings. But you've got to respect the fact that they have managed to be completely successful for over a month now.
Yeah, I personally do like their stuff, what they do out there. It's like I've always said, I've said it a million times, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, we are going to take you up to the ring for our opening contest tonight. It is the first of two championship title matches. This will be a triple threat match for the Women's Raw Championship.
The following contest is a triple threat match and is for the Raw Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger from Rio Grande Valley, Texas, Raquel Rodriguez.
As Raquel Rodriguez makes her way to the ring. We welcome everyone joining us here live on the Nation Network tonight. DHW in the house, along with Kevin Davis.
Well, it couldn't be a party if you don't have a clown, and we've got one. Ancient Clown is here as well.
Indeed, puff, puff, pass, pass. I mean, up, up, down, down, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Boy, oh boy. You're lucky I was running for governor. I'm trying to legalize all that.
Introducing the challenger, representing Damage Control from Tokyo, Japan, Io Sky.
Io Sky representing the team that was victorious back at Payback, Damage Control.
Well, I'll tell you what. Payback, and again, it lived up to its name because they said they had a sixth person on Raquel's team. Turns out to be a 16-year-old kid.
Well, that young lady made her wrestling debut recently. Izzy Moreno, longtime Bayley superfan, and she came out to go head-to-head with her idol at Payback. Got a wealth of experience from that match.
Well, if you call losing a wealth of experience, then yeah, she got a lot.
See, a very bright future for that young lady. But Io Sky right now has got to be riding that high as well. But look out, here comes the reigning Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion. Only one of those titles on the line here tonight.
And introducing the champion, representing the Judgment Day. From Adelaide, Australia, she is the Raw Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley.
Well, I'll say it right now, but one of the things that I really don't like about this is the fact that Rhea Ripley could lose the championship tonight and not even be a part of the outcome.
Well, the thing with a triple threat match, and everybody knows that when they sign up, it takes a pinfall or submission, but to your point, the champion does not have to be involved in it. Io Sky could pin Raquel, or Raquel could pin Io Sky, and at the end of the day, Rhea Ripley is going to be about 20 pounds lighter.
Are you saying she's fat?
No, I'm talking about the championship. Give me a break.
You don't want me to tell her that you're calling her fat, trust me.
That's what they're fighting for, ladies and gentlemen. The Raw Women's Championship on the line here tonight to kick us off. Already a historic night, hearing from CM Punk. These three ladies waiting for that bell to ring, and there it goes. Down goes Rhea Ripley. Double team, and that might be the right idea. Went for the drop kick to Io Sky and missing. Coming up short.
Well, I'll tell you, I thought the early on idea was smart, and there it is right there. Target the champion for two reasons. Number one, she might be the biggest threat in the match, and if you're Io Sky, both of these women outsize and outstrength you, so you better pick your battles wisely.
Nice move right there. Io has the speed factor on her side and managed to slip past Rhea Ripley momentarily, but the champion able to catch up with Io. And now, after a German suplex, going to work on the leg. But Raquel, oh my goodness, just did a number on her, and now Rhea Ripley gets caught with a Hurricane Rana. Io, look how quickly she goes. Went for the, oh, and she overshot the target, and now there's a baseball bat coming into play.
Well, it's a triple threat match, and you know what that means. Everything's legal and anything's legal. Rhea Ripley may have just saved Io Sky inadvertently.
Well, I tell you what, she was getting ready to come down on her with that baseball bat as Ripley just caught Io Sky, and the champion looking tremendous right now against both of these opponents. Referee's in position. There's one, and Io coming out the back door.
Well, Io might be a little bit faster, but she's missing her targets a lot here tonight. And they're having here's another drop kick that had little to no effect whatsoever.
Over the top rope, and now hangs on. Meantime, Ripley and Io Sky tying it up in the corner. Ripley goes in, nobody home. Nice move right there. Oh, but Raquel Rodriguez there to make her pay the price. Head first.
Wow, I'll tell you right now, you can't take your head off the ball for one moment in this one, and now Raquel might be able to put this one away.
She was trying to draw submission, I believe, and now look at this. Talk about an equalizer. Series of shots now as Io using that baseball bat and puts Rhea Ripley out.
Well, she's been referred to as the genius of the sky, and she might have to resort to that because size and strength will not be an ally of hers here tonight.
Oh, she went for it and missed.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't know exactly what she thought was going to happen.
Rhea Ripley.
Well, she caught her, didn't catch her flush, but she caught her enough.
And now Io Sky. She was perched on that top rope and now goes to the other side. What is she going to do? Comes down across the shoulders. Didn't have any effect again.
Well, Io's just giving up way too much size and strength. You look at the way these two ladies are put together. They're muscle on muscle.
Ripley trying to take her head off with that baseball bat. Almost did it. And now Io sends her into the corner. Back handspring into an elbow.
Shades of the great Muda right there. Nicely done.
Oh, a jumping DDT, and she may have caught the baseball bat. And now using it on the midsection. And across the head. Io Sky taking turns right now with her opposition. And Ripley takes it away.
And she's going to crack her with it right here. And now Io Sky is in a whole lot of trouble.
Io Sky is down, slowly pulling herself back up after taking that baseball bat.
Well, all three of these ladies. Oh, there's a steel chair to the head, and Raquel Rodriguez is down.
Might have been down and out if not for Io Sky. Plants her head first, and the champion is down. Shoulder to the back, and Io gets caught by Raquel. Rodriguez has her up. And goes for the cover. New champion right here. 1, 2, and almost.
Well, that's exactly what I talked about before the match began. Almost had a pinfall that had nothing to do with the champion.
And there's a baseball bat to the head. Both of these ladies are down. Io Sky going for the win. She got 2.
And again, Rhea Ripley very fortunate to still have that championship at this moment.
Rodriguez taking her over to the ropes. And now going to work on the back of Io Sky. And now she has got the champion up. And she'll try and draw submission. Referee is right there to see if she wants to give it up. Look at this, Io Sky taking out the referee.
Well, what a smart move that was.
Champion down. Referee is down. And now Rodriguez sizing up Io Sky. On top of that steel chair, that one's going to leave a mark. Big splash, hooks the leg, referee still out.
Well, there's a price that you pay sometimes. Look at that.
Goes for the cover, Rhea's out. She thinks she's got a referee with a slow count.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, referee's probably still shaking off some of those cobwebs. Another attempt right here, and now things are really starting to break down. Rhea Ripley not happy.
Northern Light suplex on top of that chair. Now Io Sky fighting out of a sense of desperation more than anything right now. Look at that boot right to the head. Goes for the cover. Save made. Io's got her down, and now, wait a minute. We've seen this before. Submission attempt. Will she get it? She got her.
She got her, and now we've got a brand new Raw Women's Champion, and what did I tell you? Rhea Ripley not happy about that one at all.
She knew what was going to happen when she signed the contract. This was a possible outcome. Raquel Rodriguez couldn't hold it.
And the new Raw Women's Champion, Io Sky.
And the winning ways for Damage Control continue on here on Raw, ladies and gentlemen, as we crown a brand new Raw Women's Champion here tonight. Plenty more action to come. U.S. title match to come. Stay with us.
It's not WrestleFest on the arcade. It's not WrestleMania on the NES. It's not No Mercy on the N64. It's just a gunshot away from those fine retro games on Project 64. Retextured, remodeled, right on your home PC. I'm aboard, but watch your step. It's the all-new WWF Legends Challenge 64.
All right, fans, we are back. Ciampa and Gargano in the ring. Waiting for their opposition. They are the brand new World Tag Team Champions. Look at this, new titles.
And accompanied by Wade Barrett at a combined weight of 367 pounds. The WWE, the Universal Tag Team Champions, JD McDonough and Iliya Drgonov, the Nexus.
Well, there you have it, the Universal Tag Team Champions. There was a whole lot of question about what was going on with the tag team title belts back at Payback, and we only saw the Raw Championship titles. Even though we knew Raw and SmackDown were both on the line, we'll leave it to Wade Barrett to come up with a solution. He had new belts made in record time, I might add.
Well, indeed, instead of carrying around all that extra lumber, so to speak, all that hardware, we've got new Tag Team Championship titles, and these are the Universal titles. Good for SmackDown and Raw. And it appears that JD McDonough will be starting things off against Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa and Gargano, longtime tag team partners, had a very successful run in NXT.
Yeah, but they were also very hot and heated opponents with one another, and you have to wonder what part of that is what will it take to stoke a little of that memory up. Yeah, they were great as a tag team, but I'll tell you what, all that was water under the bridge. As soon as Ciampa got a little bit upset, things turned south real quick. How much can they trust one another?
Yeah, but you could say the exact same thing about Iliya Drgonov and JD McDonough. These guys, and much more recently, I might add, in NXT, were by far a couple of the most heated rivals you'll ever find anywhere.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? I don't know if I trust any of these dudes right now, but I'll say this. I believe Wade Barrett has every member of the Nexus on the right page, and that's why they've been so successful. And unlike at Payback, this time he's here ringside as well.
McDonough went for that standing moonsault and not going to connect. Oh, look at this. Tommaso Ciampa comes up. And Ciampa just caught him with that knee right to the head. JD McDonough in trouble.
Well, how can you miss that target? I mean, it's like a bobblehead.
Oh, the double stomp to the chest. Ciampa now wanting to make the tag out. Gargano reaching, but he's not going to make it that far. And here comes the first tag of the night. Again, tag team titles are not on the line here tonight, but you got to believe Ciampa and Gargano would love to pull out a win over the Nexus here tonight, be the first ones to hand them a loss of any kind. Gargano coming up with a glancing clothesline, caught him upside the jaw, it looked like.
Yeah, it wasn't flush, but he definitely rang his bell with it. You could see the reaction.
Oh, look at this. He's got him. Ties him up, going to try and draw submission.
And JD McDonough coming in there just for good measure, but didn't need to. Drgonov was able to get out.
Flying head scissor, nicely done. Talk about some old school wrestling. There you have it right there. Drgonov got caught with the back elbow, and now gonna bring him all the way back over to the corner. Thought he might have made the tag. There it is to Ciampa. Double team, comes up with a nice drop kick. And there's a desperation tag made.
Nice move right there by JD McDonough, and that's a big mistake right there by Tommaso Ciampa. Something we normally wouldn't see him do. He's not a guy who really cares about whether the fans like him or not.
Indeed, he did get caught playing to the fans there momentarily, but he's right back up and in control. Double knees to the head, and that one did some damage, I believe.
Hard to tell right now, but I think he might have split him open.
Oh, indeed, the blood is flowing. Look at Wade Barrett right there watching on intently from ringside. Oh, yeah, that's coming right down into the eyes. Referee is always should be taking a close look at that to make sure it's not going to affect his safety in the ring. Double team again. And he's able to make the tag out. Gargano now the legal man. He gets caught. Up in the air he goes. Running powerbomb into the turnbuckle.
Referee's counting. I don't know how. He's all the way underneath the bottom rope, for the love of Pete.
Referee had a better view than us, but I've got to agree. It didn't look like there was any way that count should have been taking place. Back body drop, and Gargano goes for the ride. Snapping the neck, and now there's that senton splash. Went for that spinning back chop, and we've seen him do that time and time again with a lot of success, and there it goes.
Lighting up the chest of Johnny G.
Johnny Wrestling sent into the corner, and now this is where he's got to be careful. You don't want to go 2-on-1 with members of the Nexus. A Scud missile launcher off that top rope. McDonough continues to punish. Boot to the midsection, butterflies the arms, power bomb. Shoulders are down, will that be enough? There's one, there's two. He almost put him away. Went for the drop kick, but Gargano was ready for it.
Oh, he wasn't ready for that one. He should have been, but he wasn't.
Irish whip again, drop down, back out front. Nice Japanese arm drag. Oh, he just took him off the rope. McDonough is in control and he knows it. Headbutt. Now that might be all she wrote.
Cradles the leg and that should be it.
A very impressive victory for the new Nexus. We're going to take a look back, ladies and gentlemen, at some of what just took place. Tremendous double team right here.
Well, I'll tell you, the Nexus did the best job of tag team wrestling. They kept the fresh man in the ring. They tagged out, and here's the finish. Watch this right here. JD pulls him right up into that suplex.
Here are your winners, Iliya Drgonov and JD McDonough, the Nexus.
And this is why they are the unified World Tag Team Champions. Stick around, fans. More action still to come here on Raw.
It's time to grab your popcorn and your soda. Get your favorite candy. And get ready because we are going to the movies. We're going to be watching and reviewing some of the most iconic movies featuring superstars of the world of professional wrestling. Will it be thumbs up or thumbs down? We'll give you our thoughts. You give us yours. Come check us out as we review some of the greatest titles in its genre. Make sure you check out the Nation Network as we take you to the movies.
We're going to find out who the oh my word.
Well, you see, this is what happens when you're overconfident.
Austin Theory left an open challenge. And look who's here to pick it up.
What the hell is he even doing here?
Well, the rumors have been running rampant. He is here not just for a night either, I might add.
Well, I'll tell you right now, things not looking real good if you happen to be Austin Theory right now. But you know what? He did this to himself. Completely did this to himself.
I don't know who convinced him that this was a good idea, but we're about to see, I believe, history made here tonight.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that John Cena's going to beat Austin Theory for the U.S. title tonight?
That's exactly what I think is going to happen.
So you're trying to say Austin Theory can't beat John Cena? This is not John Cena 10 years ago. This is John Cena who's been out in Hollywood making movies. He's not in ring condition. There's no way. I'll tell you right now, I made movies, and I can tell you, there's no way I could have come back to wrestling after taking years off in Hollywood and been anywhere close to as good as I was when I was active.
Well, bottom line is we're going to find out in just a few moments. But all in all, I still gotta say, what an unbelievable error in judgment, I would say, if nothing else, to leave an open contract like that.
Well, I can't really argue too much with that one because I don't agree with it. I really don't. But he made the choice.
That is the championship title they will be fighting for here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, John Cena!
Well, we've already seen one championship change hands. Will it happen again?
From Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, he is the WWE United States Champion, Austin Theory!
Well, I'll say it again. I don't mind. Austin Theory's going to shock the world here tonight. You think John Cena's going to take that from him? Here's a little news flash. John Cena thinks he's going to take it from him, too. The only person who doesn't, besides me, is Austin Theory. And he has a little something called the Champion's Advantage.
Well, indeed, that's a great point. He can get himself disqualified or counted out and still be the United States champion. That's something that John Cena is going to have to be well ready for. They tie up in the middle of the ring. And here we go. Snap suplex by the champion. Nicely done.
No, I'll tell you what's nicely done. Nicely done is how they've covered up the bald spot on John Cena. He looks great, doesn't he?
Who are you to talk about a bald spot?
Hey, I make this look good.
Across the shoulders, and he just planted him. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my word. Theory now targeting the arm. John Cena, of course, a 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. He started the road to those 16 titles with the United States Championship. Driving that elbow right into the face of Austin Theory.
John Cena, at one point in time, the doctor of thugonomics. Look at this nice move. He cradles a leg, but it's not going to be enough to get Austin Theory. You're going to have to do a lot more damage than that.
Indeed, and Theory, I think, knows that as he gets Cena out on the floor now and attacking the left leg and the knee.
Put a lot of torque on that thing. Now Cena's managed to find a way to battle out of it, but you can see he's already favoring the left knee. This is what I'm talking about. He hasn't been in the ring on a regular basis in a number of years. So things like that might not have been so bad, they're going to hurt a lot more. He's going to have to find another way because he can't go toe-to-toe with young talent like this right now. This is John Cena at near 47 years of age. Let's be honest.
Well, I seem to remember at 47 years of age, George Foreman winning the World Heavyweight Championship in boxing when everyone said he couldn't do it. So with age comes experience, and we'll see how much that plays out in this match.
Well, it comes experience, yeah, but also comes with a bad back and a bad neck.
And attacking the neck, just like you mentioned moments earlier. And Theory brings him head first down into the knee. Goes for the cover. Cena might be done.
Oh, wow, what kind of count was that? Referee pulled up short on the arm, but Cena hadn't counted out yet, kicked out yet, and Theory's been busted open again.
Indeed, Theory has been bleeding and wounded in a number of his matches as of late. But thus far, it has always been enough to get him to the finish line, almost as if it was a motivator.
Well, I've always said that when someone sees and tastes their own blood, one of two things is going to kick in: fight or flight. In theory, I can tell you right now, he's all about fight.
Cena just baited him in, caught him. There's a slam, goes for the cover, hooks the leg, and gets a 2 count.
Really, on a body slam, you think you're going to pin the United States champion?
Cena now with a bear hug. The upper body strength of John Cena constricting the airway.
Well, he's doing exactly what I would hope he would do. He's driving those elbows right into the side of the head, follows it up with the ear clap, and he gets out.
Theory with a clothesline. Cena's down. There's 2, and this time he does kick out.
I love the fact that you had to qualify that with this time, because last time he didn't kick out in time.
German suplex. And Cena rolling out to the floor. Theory wants him back in the ring. Theory launches through the ropes. Oh my goodness.
Well, we knew this was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Austin Theory, he left an open contract. That's a move of confidence, and I think this guy has found a new level of confidence in his game that he didn't have a year ago.
Referee putting the count on, and if you're Austin Theory, you don't even have to worry about getting back in the ring. He and John Cena matching up here in the aisle. And Theory just sends him crashing towards the ring, and back in he goes. Oh, and look at this. He'll break the count.
That's a fighting champion right there. He could have settled for a count-out win, and he didn't want it. He wants to prove a point. A lot of people will tell you that John Cena's the GOAT. Well, I'll tell you, to be the GOAT, you got to beat the GOAT.
Nice suplex right here by Cena on the floor. And now an inverted face first on the floor. This crowd chanting for John Cena, and he's getting his second win. Hurricane Rana.
Well, that's not the type of move you often see out of John Cena. We've seen him pull it out once in a while, but the fact he was able to pull it off here tonight is impressive there. Oh, look out. Now, if you're Austin Theory, you got to know what's coming.
Swing and a miss. Cena has him up, drives him to the canvas, and it could be time.
Well, I thought he was going to go for the 5-knuckle instead. No, wait a minute.
Sets him up. We might have a new champion.
Cena put him down, but both men have taken so much punishment, Cena couldn't go for the cover.
Theory might have been bailed out. Cena now finally cover, hooks the leg. Will it be enough to? No. Theory kicks out.
Just as close as it comes right there. John Cena managing to kick out earlier, and now Theory kicking out here.
Tremendous back and forth contest here for the United States Championship, ladies and gentlemen. A title that means so much to both of these men. Cena with that powerbomb. Theory striking his head on the ropes. He might be done. He is. And there is a new United States Champion crowned here tonight on Raw.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. I said it before, I'll say it again. You never put an open contract out when you're a champion. It doesn't make any sense.
Here is your winner, and new WWE United States Champion, John Cena.
Well, one thing I can tell you for certain, there's an automatic return match clause in every champion's contract. We will see these two dudes fighting again for that championship. It ain't over yet.
Fans, stick around. More action still to come when we return. Finn Balor in the house. Cody Rhodes in the house. Stay with us.
everybody's favorite time.
All right, fans are. Look at this!
For the second time tonight, what's going on here?
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 220 pounds, the Alliance World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk.
CM Punk carrying that World Championship title to the ring for the second time tonight, and I'm not sure what he's doing.
Well, you got to remember, it's WrestleVerse where anything can happen, anyone can happen. He talked about putting that championship title on the line for some folks, even if it's not recognized here by the powers that be.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, that championship title is not going to be on the line here tonight, but then again, we didn't even know he was going to be in the ring. Are you kidding me?
Scott Hall jumping from the WCW.
From Miami, Florida, weighing in at 280 pounds, Scott Hall.
Well, I'll tell you what, we have one hell of an open door policy here. You think the southern border's got holes in it? My goodness.
Yeah, I guess we welded the doors open here as well, because look at this. We've got an AEW World Champion in here, and he's now staked this claim as WWE's his home. Has the AEW World Championship with him. And now you got Scott Hall coming over. He's part of the WCW.
Referee going to call for the bell, and here it goes. Scott Hall with a sizable weight difference. Power and strength will definitely be in his favor as well.
Well, I'll say this much, CM Punk's definitely going to be on the smaller size when it comes to this matchup, but he's a legitimate fighter. He trained for how many years for MMA? Granted, he was 0-2 in MMA, but that doesn't matter. The training is still there, and it makes him legitimate. And he's got training and fight experience that people like Scott Hall have simply never had. Now, will he be able to translate that here in the world of professional wrestling? We're going to have to wait and find out.
Hall with a nice drop down, comes back up, back body drop. Snaps the neck, and now Hall very happy with himself. CM Punk slowly getting back up, or trying to get back up. Floats over the top, comes up with a neck breaker.
Well, that just got the attention of Scott Hall. Now the question is, can CM Punk do anything more? He's going to have to put a lot of offense together if you're going to keep this dude down.
Went for that clothesline, and it missed. Elbow to the midsection, and now CM Punk firing back here. Takes him out. What's he got in mind here? Punk going out to the apron. Off the top rope on a clothesline.
Well, that was something that required great timing and precision, and he had both of them down perfectly.
CM Punk now. Oh, this is a mistake. Tried the springboard move again, but this time Hall was ready. Has him by the goozle. What's he going to do with him?
Well, not what I thought. I thought he was going to pick him up and slam him down, but that didn't happen.
Once again, I want to welcome everybody joining us here live on the Nation Network. William Weir's in the house. Elbow drop to the chest, and now look at this, Scott Hall. The last guy we thought we'd be seeing here.
Well, you got to remember they were part of the roster until not so long ago, but then the resurrection of the NWO created a faction split that created an entire different company split, and that's why the WCW is back.
Indeed, the WrestleVerse universe. Scott Hall timing things, trying to test CM Punk perhaps to see if he's fading being injured or if indeed he has done enough damage to perhaps go for the pinfall. DDT!
Well, he just dropped him right on his head with that one, and there's the Anaconda device.
Scott Hall struggling, trying to get out of this one. Punk pulling up on it, tightening that grip. Back and forth, look at this. And now Punk sends him over the top rope, crashing down here at ringside.
There's a mixed reaction to CM Punk right now. Not everybody's a Punk fan, it appears.
Well, he's definitely not everyone's cup of tea. I can tell you from the people in the back, even management might not be finding him easy to get along with. Throw Scott Hall back into the ring.
Looks like he's trying to reach in and make a tag.
Big right hand, and that drops Punk. Scott Hall now has him. What's he got in mind here? Up against the ropes. And look at it, choking him right out here.
Yeah, but the referee don't see it. His referee is behind him. He did a great job of shielding that from the official's view. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Scott Hall dropping the elbow right to the chest. Oh, man. Scott Hall's on the apron. CM Punk. Oh, no, he missed.
Scott Hall had the upper hand. He had the high road. And look, everybody's scattering now. Nobody wants to get a piece of this, do they?
CM Punk has been busted wide open. Boot to the midsection now.
Well, you can take the boy out of the AEW, but you can't take the AEW out of the boy.
There's a right hand dropping him. And now, Hall has got him. Down across the knee. Once again. This might not be the return he had hoped for. Look at this. Going for the outsider's edge. This could be it. And goes for the cover. CM Punk is in trouble. He got a shoulder off. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it, and neither can Scott Hall. He is absolutely dismayed.
Has him up by the throat and just drops him to the floor. Now look at this.
I'm not sure what he said to him specifically. Oh, wait, small package, he's got him.
In trouble, 1, 2, and he kicks out the back door. CM Punk looked like he had something in mind.
Scott Hall goes to the school of Mike Tyson. Everyone's got a game plan till I punch him in the mouth.
Oh, look at this nice block and a counter. CM Punk, captureplex. Scott Hall, oh, look at CM Punk, says time to go to sleep. Through the ropes, missile attack. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a match we didn't even have signed for tonight. Proving, as always, anything can happen on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, even when it's on Tuesday.
A bloody CM Punk now trying to even things up. Throws him back in under the bottom rope once again, and now Scott Hall holding his head. CM Punk going up to the top rope, and we know what he likes to do from here. And there it is, the elbow down into the back. And there's that Anaconda device.
He got out of it once. I don't know he'll be able to do it again.
He is struggling. Scott Hall has had enough. What a victory for CM Punk, ladies and gentlemen. Hold just a second.
The American Nightmare now staring him down. What's going on here?
A solution. Stay in tonight and lock your doors. Boss, that her? We find her?
No, just more trash on the side of the road. Looks like Calypso's got himself another driver for this year's contest. She was the one. She was the only one. There have been so many people I've killed over the years. But her, she was the only one who ever escaped. She was the one that got away. I just have to win Calypso's stupid little contest, and any prize I ask for will be mine. When I win, he's going to send me where she's been hiding all these years. And this time, I'm going to finish what I started. This time, I'm going to make her bleed.
All right, fans. An angry Finn Balor coming up against JBL. Can you believe it? Oh, hold on just a moment.
Bray Wyatt one more time getting in the business of Finn Balor, and what is this all about?
They get tangled up in the corner. Why is Finn Balor being hunted by Bray Wyatt?
I have no idea, but I'll tell you, I'd like to find out.
JBL, we haven't seen him in quite some time.
Well, the last time we saw him was the better part of a year ago, and that's when he and Ron Simmons were back together again as the APA.
Indeed, Ron Simmons, also known as Farouk. JBL, a former world heavyweight champion, as well as, of course, tag team champion. And Finn Balor out here, and you don't see any other members of the Judgment Day standing by his side.
Well, there's been a lot of speculation as to what's going on right now. Everything was supposed to have been settled at Payback. That's what that match was all about. They were going to get all the bad blood out of their system, but then look what happened, and now we're seeing something happen here again tonight.
Referee's count is up to 8 as JBL will beat it back into the ring. JBL is one of the biggest guys you're ever going to get in the ring. He is near 7 foot tall, over 260 pounds of Texas tough.
Not only that, but he's pretty damn astute when it comes to making investments and things of that nature. He really knows the stock market. That's not a gimmick. That's a real reality for him.
You have to wonder how much of the Bray Wyatt factor is in the head right now.
Well, you know what? The battle back at Payback between Damian and Finn was more than just a personal vendetta. It was more than just sour grapes. There's been a legitimate question since the very beginning, once they ostracized Edge, as to which of these two dudes was the actual leader of Judgment Day. And nobody wants to make it official and say who it is. But I think that's mostly what they were fighting for at Judgment Day, was that understanding of who the alpha male is. And then you get that outcome the way it went down, and I can understand why Finn's not happy.
Double stomp to the chest. Nicely done by Finn Balor. And to your point, it almost makes you wonder if they wouldn't try and do it again. Perhaps inside of something like a steel cage so there wouldn't be any of the outside interference, just to put this thing to rest once and for all.
Well, I thought we already done that. That was the whole plan in having Payback.
Swinging on this. Oh, look at that. Being on the short side has its advantages, and now he's got him caught up. Crossface. JBL fighting with all he's got.
Well, he had no choice. He had to come up with something, and he had to come up with it immediately because he was in a whole world of trouble right there.
That sidewalk slam. And now, big suplex, nicely done. JBL not going to fight any fans around here. Don't think he will. There's that double stomp again. Working his way over to the turnbuckle. JBL slowly pulling himself up. Drop kick. Oh, he hit the buckle hard.
Lights are out.
JBL coming out the back door on 2 3/4 count. You see him clutching his chest.
That drop kick really knocked the wind right out of him.
Brain buster. This one's over. Hooks the leg. Finn Balor victorious here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, despite the interference early on from Bray Wyatt.
Well, I didn't see Bray Wyatt interfere. I saw Bray Wyatt make sure he got into the ring and took on his opponents.
Here is your winner,
Who's in charge of the Judgment Day, ladies and gentlemen? questions still remain to be answered. Thank you for joining us here on Monday Night Raw. For Jesse the Body Mean Scheme saying so long.